Yesterday, June 19th, Spokane County deputies were engaged in an incident in which two of them were shot and wounded. The deputies involved are Matt Spink. He started working with the Sheriff's Office in 1999, has been assigned to the North Districts in patrol since that time. Michael Northway started his career with the Spokane County Sheriff's Office in the jail, transferred over to the Patrol Division in 1999, and has been working in a few different districts, but mainly north for the last 6 years. He and Matt worked on the same platoon. They worked very closely together. They were friends, and I'm glad to report that they're doing well. Matt is suffered one gunshot wound to his leg, and Deputy Northway suffered 4 wounds, both arms and both legs areas. Deputy Northway was in surgery for quite a while last night, and he's expected to have to undergo further surgery to repair his wounds. The individual involved in the situation was an individual by the name of Charlie Wallace. Members of the Regional Drug Task Force had information that Wallace had walked away from a drug rehab facility that the court had ordered him to. He was released from the Spokane County Jail without bond in order to attend that drug treatment program. He walked away. Since that time, he has been a fugitive. The drug team started looking for Mr. Wallace. Yesterday, they coordinated with Deputy Spink and Deputy Northway to make a traffic stop, at which time they were engaged in the gunfight. Mr. Wallace put this entire community at extreme risk. He drove through the streets of Spokane at very high rates of speed. He tried to, it appears through video, that when he crossed over into the southbound lane going northbound of Highway 2, he put a lot of citizens at risk, nearly causing multiple head-on collisions. When he approached the town of Deer Park, deputies were able to engage him. There was gunfire exchange between Mr. Wallace and a Spokane County detective, at which time we deployed spike strips, and Mr. Wallace was vehicle hit the back end of a patrol car and went into a Jersey barrier. When confronted with law enforcement, Mr. Wallace inflicted one gunshot wound to his head, self-inflicted, and died at the scene. This individual has an extensive criminal history. This right here is his criminal history. It's fairly thick, and I question why this individual was allowed to be on the streets of Spokane instead of being in jail where he should have been. I again want to say something to the citizens who risked their own lives to come to the aid of Deputy Spink and Deputy Northway. Both Deputy Spink and Northway want me to express their heartfelt thanks for coming to their aid and, quite frankly, possibly saving their lives. Deputy Northway was wounded in such a severe manner that about approximately 3 inches of the artery in his arm was blown away, and the individual that came to his aid was able to stop that bleeding and possibly saved his life. So the citizens of Spokane, we owe you a great deal of thanks for those who stopped and helped those deputies through that time. They are greatly appreciative.